Hi friends, this is Ms. O'Reilly from the East Library, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make your works cited or your reference list for the English class project that you are doing for either Ms. Cunningham or Mrs. Fox. So there is a website that I think is going to be your best option for creating your citations that you need for this project, and it is called Formatically. So if you just go to the address here on my screen, formatically.com, it brings you to their homepage that looks like this. If you do have the web address of something that you would like to cite, if it is a source that you have found on a website, you can copy and paste the site here, and Formatically will create the citation automatically for you with just pasting in the address there. So let me, for example, go to a YouTube video, and I'm going to copy the link, and I'll come back to Formatically and paste it in, and then click on Cite. And as you see, Formatically gives me my citation here that I would then put into my reference list or my works cited, and we're going to get to that part in a minute. But I wanted to show you how you would cite other items that you did not find via a website. And in that case, you're going to come over here to where the little plus sign on the right where it says New Manual Citation. So I'm going to click on there, and the first thing you need to do is choose the type of source that you are looking to cite. So I'm going to click on the arrow, and as you can see, there are all kinds of different options here that you can choose from. So what we need to do is select what it is that we're looking to cite. So I'm going to pick a podcast, for example, and then Formatically will give me the boxes that I should be looking to fill in for this particular source. You will put in as much information as you can possibly find into each one of these boxes. So you'll have to go back and forth from the source that is in front of you and type in all the items that you can possibly find. If it's a podcast that does not have an episode, then you would leave that blank. If you don't have the URL to get to it, you can leave that blank. But your goal here is going to be to look for and to find as much information as you possibly can to add to your citation in order to make it the best citation that it could possibly be. So if we go back and pick a different item here, if I pick film, for example, you'll see the boxes changed so that I can add in the information that would be specific to this source that I am looking to now cite. So I'm going to get out of this, and what I'm going to recommend once you have your different citations created here in Formatically, you're then going to, if you hover over it, it says click to copy. I will click on it to copy it, and then I will go into a Google Doc. I'll call this my English Works Cited. And then you will put in the center here the words Works Cited at the top of the page, and then enter down so that you're skipping one line. So hit enter twice, then come back over to left justify or left align, and then you can paste your citation in. I'm just going to hit back here real quick just to make sure. Yeah, no, that's not, it's too long to fit on here, so that's why it brought my web address down to the line underneath. So there is something else that we need to do in order to format this works cited list into proper MLA, Modern Language Association format. So we will get to that in a moment after I am finished adding in some additional sources. So you see now I have a couple different um, sources that I have added here to my works cited informatically that I now need to get into my works cited in Google Docs in the proper MLA format. In order to do that, these would have to be alphabetized when I copy them over into my list. So I'm going to click on my next one here, and then I will come down. So we will ignore the in this title, and instead I'm going to paste in the next reference here. So Shakespeare would be coming after admin, and then I'm going to go to my next one and copy it, and welcome would be the first item here, so that would come after Shakespeare. And finally, this one is named William Shakespeare, so that one would come last again. So it just happened that mine worked out that they were already in alphabetical order, but obviously if yours did not, you would take it and place it in where they need to go within your list to make sure that it is in alphabetical order when you paste everything through. So now that we have all of our sources pasted here into my works cited doc in alphabetical order, I now need to make it so that the second line of each citation is indented over 5 spaces, so essentially tabbed over. The best way to do this, it's called a hanging indent. So I'm going to highlight my sources, and then I'm going to come up to Format, and then I'm going to come to Align and Indent, and finally I will come down to Indentation Options. And when that window opens, we'll come down here to Special Indent, and then I will choose Hanging, and it's already set to 5, so ½ inch, and I will hit Apply, and then you'll see that the second line of my citations is indented over 5 spaces to create the hanging indent look. The next piece that you will need once you've created your works cited list is that you will have to create your inline citations that you will be using for each of your works cited. So in order to do that, we're going to take our citations here, and whatever is the first thing that appears before your very first period. So in this case, it would be, for this YouTube video, it would be the admin tracker. So I'm going to highlight and copy that. And I'm just going to start a new Google Doc. And we will make this my inline citations. I'm just going to put these here for you to reference. So we start our inline citation with a parenthesis, and then I can paste in what I just copied over. We follow that with a comma and a space. And finally, we need, oops, sorry, I gotta go back to my other Google Doc. I should open that in a new tab. That would have been easier, wouldn't it? Go back into my works cited. Then we follow that with the year that is in our citation. So open link in a new tab. Let's try this way this time. Go back into here, and I can either type in or paste in, oops, I guess I didn't copy it, type in the year of 2019, and then I end my parenthesis. So as I was typing along then in my paper and I wanted to show that the part in the paragraph or the quote that I was using or the work that I was citing, the work that I was referring to, I would put in the parentheses, the beginning parenthesis, the first part of my citation up to that first period, a comma, and then the year. So typically what goes in here is the last name of the author of the work or the creator of the work and the year. But you will see, depending on what your citations are, they may not have an author, especially for websites, videos, those types of sources. It's not always the author that is first if there's not an author. So then we begin with whatever the first thing is. Now, in this case, we do have a person's name. We have the author, who is William Shakespeare for Othello. So if there is the last name of an author, then we do just the last name of the author. So we're not going up to the first period this time. We're doing the last name of the author, and I'm going to copy that. And then my inline citation for this one, I would start with my parenthesis again. I would put in my author's last name, my comma, and my space. And I keep going back to the wrong tab. But this is the 1996 version of reprint of Othello that this is working with here. So I'm going to type 1996 and close my parenthesis. And then that would be the inline citation that I would use for this second one. If we go back again, this third citation does not have an author. So I would highlight everything. Don't include the parenthesis, but highlight everything before the period. So in this case, it's the title of the website. And then I would come here, my beginning parenthesis, paste in my title, comma, space, and then we need to include the year. So since this is a website, it is putting the year of the date that I accessed the page. So I'm going to put in 2020 and then close my parentheses. So that would be my inline citation for my third reference source here. And then my final reference source, it is another website from biography.com on William Shakespeare. So I will highlight William Shakespeare's name in this case because it is the title of the site that I'm using. I will copy that. My parenthesis, my beginning parenthesis, the title of the work I'm referencing, comma, space, and then this site was published in August of 2019, so we'll put 2019 for that inline citation. So that is a little bit on how to create your inline citations that you would then add into the body of the paper itself, where you are referencing those different sources. So just a quick review. If there is no author and the very first thing is a title of some kind, then you capture everything up to the first period in the citation, and that becomes what you put before the comma in your inline citation, your parenthetical citation, it's often called. And then if you do have, so this Othello piece, we do have William Shakespeare as the author. Then we put just the last name of the author inside our parentheses with a comma followed by the year of the work. If you are trying to cite something and you run into trouble of any kind, please, please, please email me. I will put my email address here. I am one of the library media specialists here at Cherry Hill High School East, and you can email me at any time for specific help with getting something cited. If you are trying to do it here informatically and you can't find the right information that you need, or you need help in some other way, please just let me know and I will do my best to help you out. We do have another library media specialist here at Cherry Hill East, and her name is Ms. Greenblatt. She is more than willing and able to help you as well. Unfortunately, she is on leave right now, but you could always reach out to her too, a Greenblatt at chclc.org. And hopefully she will be back next month, and then you could ask her for assistance too. But please feel free to reach out with anything that you need, and I will help you get your either works cited page finished or get your inline parenthetical citations that you need. I hope you found this information helpful, and best of luck with your project.